Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Thursday night, November the 21st. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. So glad that you are here. Thank you, as always, for being so loyal, for patiently waiting. A lighter show tonight in that the Canucks didn't practice, but there were still Canucks news. So I'll talk about a bit of the news today, the good news, and seeing who's on the plane, and go over a few results from the league tonight. Actually, a busier night in the NHL than I expected. I just presumed it wouldn't be busy because the Canucks weren't busy, but there are many, many games and a couple storylines. And then I'll leave a lot of time for your questions as well. Before I get going, Dan, I'm so happy that you're here. You are, I know you've been very, very consistent, faithful, loyal the past couple of weeks. I love hearing your questions. And I think, yeah, it's not your fault. You don't know what I do. I think you asked me a question about my work earlier. I work for the Catholic Archdiocese. So I have a full-time job, regular 8:30 to 5 or 9 to 4:30 or 9 to 5, whatever it is. And then independent of that, I do religious education at my church on Wednesday nights. I bowl on Tuesday nights. I was studying for my master's, but I just completed that earlier this spring. So my regular work schedule is 9 to 5, but I have a lot of other, and of course the YouTube stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I do outside of work hours, but I do my show, and many of you guys know this. I do my show at 11 p.m. every night, 5 nights a week, because no matter if I'm at a Canucks game, I'm bowling, I'm at church, I'm working, whatever I'm doing, usually in home in time for an 11 p.m. show. But I don't do Fridays and Saturdays because from a balance and just socially, I don't have to rush home or cut anything short on Friday or Saturday because I'm such a social guy, as you can tell. So no, I do not work a weird night shift schedule 1 to 9. It's because I usually have activities at night. Am I tireless? I don't know if it's that. Maybe I'm stupid. I am a good manager of time. I have a lot of energy, even though I'm 50 years old. I'm starting to feel it. But yeah, but thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you being here. So moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you. And I never, ever, 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 ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. As always, you can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos every single day. You can like this video. There are 40 of you watching on YouTube, another 25 watching on X. And I think, I don't know, say hi. If you're watching on Facebook, say hi. I don't see any number beside the live button. So I don't know if it's 0, but that's okay. So no matter where you're watching from, say a quick hello, maybe say where you're coming from as well. You can, like the video, like I said, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Brock Besser was on the plane today, which leads me to believe that he's going to play sooner as opposed to later. Like the fact that Max Sasson is getting called up, even if you don't like the fact that Jonathan Lekkerimäki is being sent down. And like the fact that we are together once again, always here together as the best Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation. Will you be the one to get the donation train out of the station? Be that hero. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message, your Triple M. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And right on cue, Jason Lim, our sponsor, our hostess with the mostest, host with the most. JT Miller better not ask for a trade after this road trip or some BS. We'll see. Matthew Ottertail Rips. I'm going to call him Moore from now on. M-O-R. Matthew Ottertail. So Moore gets our not a membership, sorry, not a donation, but he uses his monthly membership message. So we want to honor that as we always do. More being a member for 2 months now, which is awesome. Much love to JT Miller and his family. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday evening. Bam! I'm not sure where the bam came from, but I know him and someone else, I think Time Capital or someone else likes it when I give the bam. That doesn't sound right, but thank you more for your wonderful Triple M. Thank you for being a member here for 2 months. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Lekkerimäki and Sasson. I want to talk about Brock Besser. And then I want to talk about the road trip coming up, go over some scores and some standings, and then we'll go from there. Dan, save your questions. There it is, Time Capital. Bam. Dan, save your questions for later. I'll promise you I'll answer them. And yes, let's give some love to Matthew Ottertail Rips for sure. Vote on my poll question too. Of the 12 points, potentially possible on these 6 games in the 6-game road trip, how many are the Canucks going to accumulate? So the first one is we got some news that Jonathan Lekkerimäki is being sent down to Abbotsford and Max Sasson is coming up. So I did a video about this today. If you haven't seen it yet, that's fine. Why not? Just kidding. But Jonathan Lekkerimäki, 5 games in the NHL. Hold on a sec. We're not done. We're not done recognizing some special over and above and beyond. I always get that wrong. Donations. Time Capital with the $3 donation. Let's give Time Capital some love. And I got to give him a bam. I'm not sure why I turn my head. Well, I do, because I don't want to scream in my microphone. I'm not sure why I pump my fist like this. Pump your fist like this. Pump your fist like this. Yes, you can tell it's Thursday night. I'm in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood when I'm with you. But have you guys noticed I'm more in a good mood despite how the Canucks are playing since I finished studying? I know that was like 4 months ago, but I don't know. I'm just in a really good mood. I'm always in a good mood when I'm with all of you. Bam! So thank you. Let's give some love to Time Capital in the chat. And no, I am not on. No, I people, when people meet me for the first time, they ask me if I'm drunk or if I'm on any substances, because I guess, no, I just have ADHD, not actually diagnosed, but Gail is pretty darn sure. But thank you, Time Capital, for the donation. But no, we ain't done. The Hall of Famer comes through. Thoughts on Friedman and the chatter about a possible interest in a Zadorov reunion with the Canucks? Yeah, I started to hear a bit about this. Did Friedman start it, Justin, or did Friedman? By the way, let's give some love to Justin Credible in the chat, Hall of Fame member. Thank you for the $5 donation. I don't know if Friedman started or if he simply amplified it, because anytime that Friedman talks, people listen. I don't want this. I know Juleson, Desharnais, Forbert, I know they're all struggling, Susie and Myers. So you could argue that Zadorov, when playing well, he could be our 3rd best defenseman. I have time for that argument. He would also be paid as our 3rd best defenseman. I don't want that contract, to be honest with you. He was great. He got a lot of people excited, especially with end-to-end rushes. They scored at least 2, if not 3 playoff goals, end-to-end rushes. But I still don't like that contract, to be honest with you. And I'm not sure he's worth that contract. I'd much have Eric Brandstrom doing what he's doing. I much rather look ahead to Tom Verlander and DPD and even Kirill I can't even say his Kudryavtsev. Yes. I'm more excited about those guys, to be honest with you. So, and will Boston be so willing to admit so quickly that they made a mistake? There's always a little bit of pride in something like that as well. So who knows? I want Zadorov to do well because I do like him. I don't want to do well against us, but we'll see next Tuesday night. But I know there's gonna be a lot of talk about this from Sunday to Tuesday as the Canucks look to take on the Boston Bruins. But thank you for the question, Justin, and thank you for the donation. But my friends, we ain't done. We have a membership gift from Hall of Fame member Shannon Hollingworth. So thank you, Shannon, for your generosity. She gifts Canuck Clay franchise membership for a month. So that's the equivalent of a $5 donation. And it goes to Elizabeth Nelson. So welcome to franchise membership, Elizabeth. And thank you, Shannon, for your wonderful generosity. So let's give Shannon some love in the chat. And let's give a warm welcome to Elizabeth as well. Appreciate you, Shannon, and welcome, Elizabeth. Someone asked me, where was it? Did you read Friedman's long quote regarding Miller going viral on Miller? So I'm looking for it right now. When did Friedman... did he tweet it, or is it in one of his written things? Tell me about it. No, I haven't read it yet because I can't find it. But my friends, we ain't done. Skytrain Elfrin gifts a membership. Thank you, Skytrain Elfrin. Let's give Elfrin some love in the chat. Gifts a $5 franchise membership, and it goes to Quattrob, who I've seen around before. So welcome back to the CCC Crew, Quattrob, and thank you to Skytrain Elfrin for the donation. Let's give Skytrain Elfrin some love in the chat. Thank you, Elfrin. Someone just said that it was in his 32 thoughts. Oh, no, I have not seen it yet. I have not seen his 32 thoughts. Oh, it was a meme, long blurred with nothing said. Okay, I will look it up. I will look it up for sure. Thank you for... So did he write about Miller in the 32 thoughts, but then there's a meme going around that's AI generated? So I will check it out. I will check it out later. But guess what, friends? Guess what? And I have no problem extending the stream or delaying what I'm going to talk about when you guys are being so generous, because guess what? We ain't done. Franchise member Coach Rob gifts a membership. Thank you, Coach Rob. And this one goes to Mr. Merlin. I like that. I don't know if he's a wizard or his last name's Merlin, regardless, or maybe both. But welcome to franchise membership, Mr. Merlin. And thank you for your generosity, Coach Rob. $5 donation, 1 month membership for Mr. Merlin. So love to Coach Rob, and a welcome to Mr. Merlin. You guys are very generous, and I'm always so grateful to all of you. So I will continue to highlight. Oh, there we go. Guess what? You guys know that I have no problem interrupting myself, especially when there's no guests, when it's just me. I have no problem interrupting myself when you guys make donations, gift memberships, or use your monthly membership message, just like Victor has just done. First and foremost, happy 43rd birthday to Victor Wong. Well, within a decade of each other, but feels like Freedom 55, except I'm not financially viable to retire. LL, not on my laptop. Can't donate memberships. Victor, we'll wait for you. Go to your laptop, man. I'll wait for you all night. I'm just kidding. Happy 43rd birthday. And let's give some love to Victor, who's been a franchise member for 2 months. Thank you, Victor, for showing your allegiance and your loyalty. I appreciate you very, very much. Okay. Yeah, Friedman's pulling a VCR. He's got to know that it's actually Van, right? VAN. So crazy. So Jonathan Lecker-Mackey plays 5 games, scores in the second game that I predicted, the New York Islanders game, basically a -4, only that 1 goal between 14 and 16 minutes of ice time. And Rick Tocchet says he's been okay. He hasn't been great. He wants him to just be more aware, both on the offensive end and defensive end. And I think, actually, before I finish this, I want to, hey, Timmy, I have no problem you expressing your opinion. The membership and donations are great, but when it becomes the whole show, it's a bit overkill. I want to honor, totally fair, respect your opinion. But I think you're relatively new to this community, which is great. You're welcome here. But those that have been here with me for a long time know that, to me, not because of the donations, but because of honoring the people in this community, acknowledging and affirming the people in this community. That's actually more important to me than my opinion on Canucks talk, which I'll get to eventually. And on game nights, it's a lot more, and it's a lot more in depth. On nights like tonight, where they're in between games for 5 days, I have no problem taking a few extra minutes to recognize people who are giving of their time, energy, and money. So this isn't, I don't think you feel bad to me. I think you feel very comfortable in expressing yourself, which is totally cool. You're welcome here, but I want you to understand my position. If someone is taking the time to honor or to donate or to give of their time, energy, money back to me, I want to acknowledge it. And if it seems, it's not like if it was every night, then I would definitely change the way I do things. But for a night like tonight, I'm fine with it. I think most people are fine with it, but I totally understand where you are coming from. Yeah, that's fair. Not saying it's boring, just saying when there's a massive overflow of donations and memberships is kind of annoying, especially when I listen on the podcast. I hear what you're saying. And I kind of think that too, from the listening perspective, it's probably not as great when you see the visual and stuff. But, I'm not going to start putting a counter or say, 40% of the tonight's show is made up of acknowledging memberships or donations. So I hear you. All good. But yeah, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Yeah, no, I'm glad we can have these chats, and yeah, know that I'm not upset at all. I don't get upset about these kind of things. I really appreciate feedback. Always trying to make the show better. And sometimes I just get in those moods. But thank you. All right, back to what I was saying. So Lekkerimäki needs a bit more offensive and defensive awareness that comes with being a young 20-year-old. And Rick Tocchet has, for the last 2 days, said something like, it's very important that we develop him the right way. And if that means Lekkerimäki developing in Abbotsford, then so be it. He's young. He's fine. He's a first rounder from a couple of years ago. He's fine. Then when it comes to Max Sasson, he has, I think it was 9 points in 14 games, or 9 in 16, or 7 in 14, or 8 in 14, whatever. It was basically 0.56 points per game. He has played in the top 6, mostly with Danila Klimovic and Ty Mueller on either the first line or the Canucks second line. But I could see Matt Sasson. He's probably more responsible defensively than Lekkerimäki. So that will endear him to Rick Tocchet. Works very hard. I remember that about him. Not as offensively gifted as Lekkerimäki, but like I said, maybe a bit more responsible defensively. So I could see Max Sasson lining up with Aatu Räty and Arshdeep Bains on an all Abbotsford line, so to speak. I could see that happening for sure. And I think the other part that we have to read into Lekkerimäki being sent down and not, say, Arshdeep Bains, does that mean that Brock Boeser is closer to returning? Does that mean that Brock Boeser, because if Boeser wasn't close to returning and you need to make a roster spot, wouldn't you send Bains down instead, or just not bring up Sasson? I guess you need another forward, right? So the fact that they sent Lekkerimäki down, who was in essence brought in to be a Brock Boeser replacement, to me, that tells me that Brock Boeser is close to returning. To me, seeing Brock Boeser on today's flight on Thursday, the 21st, as opposed to 2 games in, 3 games into the road trip. Because why would you fly Boeser from city to city to city to city in the East if he's not going to play? So I'm not saying that Boeser is going to play for sure on Saturday, but I think there's a good chance for sure. And I definitely think he's going to play by Tuesday, because that's almost still 5 days from now. Right? Otherwise, why would you, with the 2-day break between Ottawa on Saturday and Boston on Tuesday, why would you fly Brock Boeser with the team if he's not very, very close to returning? So I think that's good news for the Canucks. I think that's good news. So the Lekkerimäki for Sasson swap is not just about those 2 players. I think it also speaks to an imminent return for Brock Boeser, which is obviously a good thing for this Vancouver Canucks hockey team. Victor says, here for Clay's Canucks insight. Number 1, cheer with fellow Clay crew when the horn blows. Number 2, and number 3, Clay's 10 out of 10 closing ode dad jokes. The one thing that Timmy did say that I think is very fair, and just to finish this, because I was thinking about this as I was talking, Timmy Canuck, this is a good your point, Timmy, about making sure that the once in a while show where it's just simply all donations, nothing I can do. That's a lot of fun. But I could save donations, actually acknowledgments to certain parts of my show instead of right when they happen, because I want maybe I acknowledge that they happen, but then I do it at the mid or at the end. So all really good points. I want you to know that I really hear that feedback for sure. Okay, this is what the Canucks schedule looks like for the next 6 games. And again, I asked you in the poll to tell me how many points you think the Canucks will get in this 6-game road trip. So I actually thought they're going to take the 20th off, practice 21, and travel 22. But they actually practiced 20. They traveled today, and they're probably going to practice tomorrow. Maybe they could use the time to practice, especially for guys like Brock and Demko, who are getting closer to returning. So we have Ottawa, the struggling Ottawa, Travis Green and the Ottawa Senators on Saturday. Then break, probably 1 day practice and 1 day travel. Or maybe they go to Boston. Maybe they go to Boston right after this game, so they're there for the weekend. I don't know. Then Bruins, Zadorov, Lindholm, new coach on Tuesday. Crosby and the Penguins on Wednesday. Then they go every second night, sort of. Then we have Buffalo, weird time, 12 p.m. Pacific, so a 3 p.m. Eastern start. That's Thanksgiving Friday, long weekend. By the way, has anyone started their Black Friday shopping already? I'm looking. I haven't pulled the trigger on anything, but there are a couple things I need to get. And then another early morning game on Sunday, 9:30 Pacific. I think this show, I'm actually going to be on Nothing Is Perfect's second intermission. I got to confirm that with them. And then Tuesday. So 6 games, a lot of winnable games. In fact, I think only Minnesota has a playoff position team right now. So in theory, we should get 10 of those 12 points, but obviously easier said than done. And then a massive 6-game homestand. If you're looking for tickets for any of these games, email me, canuckclay@gmail.com. 2 games away, and then another 3-game homestand before finishing the year in Calgary. So a lot of games coming up, a batch of 6 away and a batch of 6 home. Now, oh, what? Doodle Hockey's got scoops? That's awesome. That's awesome. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Swervin Irvin, who was coming back from the game on Tuesday night on the same SkyTrain as my lovely daughter, Kayla. And Irvin, you're a gentleman for sure. And Kayla said she really enjoyed her exchange with you, said you're very polite. You're asked if she was Kayla. And then you mentioned that you're at the game as well. And that was a great tortilla slap that she delivered to the side of my face. And I agree, Doodle Hockey. I've said that as well. I don't think Demko's going to do a conditioning stint in Abbotsford. I'm a rare but a very small insider. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'll text you after the stream then. Let's look at the scores from tonight before I get to my Mitchell sponsory. A lot of games tonight. I see 10. Or I could just read actually up there where it says 10. A lot of low scoring games except for one that sticks out like a sore thumb. Boston shuts out Utah. Goal scorer Elias Lindholm. Vegas wins. Darren. They beat the Senators that we are going to play on Saturday night. Red Wings beat the Islanders. I'm sure that was a very exciting game. Powerhouses in the East. The Devils take down the Hurricanes. We have Colorado surprising the surprising Washington Capitals. 7-6, the Blue Jackets and the Lightning. That is crazy. 7-6. Then we have the Blues beating the Sharks. We have the Blackhawks beating the Panthers. That's very surprising. And then, oh my gosh, I don't know why I said it like that. The Flames won again. Brutal. They beat the Rangers, but at least the Oilers lose to the Minnesota Wild. So yeah, I'm just a fellow girl dad. That makes sense. We got to stick together for sure. Yeah, Ovechkin out 4 to 6 weeks, which isn't great. So this is the standings now. In the Pacific, the Canucks are still in 5th. They're falling. Actually, Calgary's jumped up to 2nd. Wow. In outright points too. Look at that. So Vegas, Calgary, and Kings have all played 20 games. And it's Vegas with 26, Calgary with 25, LA with 23, Edmonton 22, 1 game more, and the Canucks with 21, but 2 games fewer. So they win those outright. They're up to 25 points in 20 games as well. So Canucks 5th in the division, technically not in a playoff spot as we speak. Of course, they played very few games. And then in the league, they're now exactly at the halfway mark. They're 16th in the league, tied for 16th in terms of points. But in terms of points percentage, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're still 13th in terms of points percentage. So barely above the top half of the league. Yeah, you know, the fact that Canucks lost 4 of the 6, they only won 2 of 6 at home. I think they got to reverse it and win 4 of 6 on the road. And I think then we'll be okay. All right, let's do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll turn it over to a lot of you. Hall of Fame and legends. I don't think the 2 legends are here, but Hall of Fame members there. I know many of you are here. Got an important announcement for you guys in a second. We always start my Mitchell sponsor read by thanking Jason Lim and Van City Experts, who are my primary sponsor. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can sign up for a free 5-day workout at coachpatrickliu.com/clay, as you see at the bottom of the screen. Thanks to Gassy J Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks of your next purchase of Vessi shoes. You can also purchase Canuck Clay merchandise. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Thanks to everyone who's done so far. Don't forget, you can subscribe, you can like the video, you can leave a donation like Justin just did. I'll get to that in a second. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership, message your Triple M. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. One announcement for the Legends and Hall of Fame members, and I'll put it up on the screen so you see it, and I'll message you guys tomorrow. We usually do our group member Zoom call on the last Sunday of every month, but because of what I have planned this weekend and what I don't have planned next weekend, I'm going to bump it. So instead of November 24th, which was the last Sunday of this month, I'm bumping it to Sunday night, December the 1st. So once again, Legends and Hall of Fame members, please be aware that our group Zoom call will not be this Sunday, but it'll be next Sunday, December the 1st. And I will message all of you guys tomorrow. Thank you for that. Thank you as well, Jeff, for saying top-notch sponsor reads. Thank you, Jeff. I tried to be more professional and honor them for sure. And Knuckleback says, should I upgrade to Hall of Fame? Real quickly, Knuckleback, really quickly, if you want to do so, this is what Hall of Fame. So franchise members get a weekly members Ask Me Anything, a members live stream twice a month, written acknowledgement videos, and 10% off CCC merch, loyalty, and custom emojis. And that's all for $5 a month. And when people get gifted, that's what they get. If you want to go up to Hall of Fame, it is $20 more. So it's $25 a month, but you get everything that the franchise members gets. But you get that group Zoom chat once a month. You get a one-on-one chat with me every 2 months. You get early access to certain videos, priority replies to comments. You get an occasional appearance in my live streams, especially when it's your birthday or a special occasion. And you get 15% off of CCC merch. So just something that you can keep in mind, Knuckleback, and anyone else that is thinking about upgrading. Okay, friends, let's go to your questions and comments. We will start by going, let's break it up today. I'll do the first bit on Canucks and hockey related questions only. And then we'll do the last bit on Ask Me Anything, which is non-related questions. But before I do that, I got to recognize actually a couple of donations. I know I was going to do Justin's, and I almost forgot, which I'm glad I didn't. So let's start with Justin. and a second donation of the night. Did you see the Oilers' first goal tonight? Such a fluke. I recommend you take a look. I haven't seen it yet. I heard it's a long shot from somewhere. Was it Draisaitl from his own end? Is that what I think it was, or what I heard it might be? But regardless, I will check it out as soon as my stream is done. Thank you, Justin, for the heads up. And thank you, Justin, for being an awesome Hall of Fame member and for the $5 donation. So let's give Justin some love in the chat right now. But we ain't done. Not by a long shot. Birthday boy Victor Wong gets to his laptop and gives a $14 donation. Thank you, Victor. Is there any remote chance to get Pittsburgh's Marcus Pettersson on lefty and Calgary's Rasmus Andersson right D, new second D pairing, trade Hoglander, and plus would they take Desharnais Forbort? Would we have the cap space to work? Rasmus Andersson makes 4 or 5. I don't know what Pettersson makes. Hoglander doesn't make his 3 till next year. So, and Desharnais and Forbort, they don't make combined what I think Anderson and Pettersson will make. So we'd have to throw in some players that would or retain salary, which stinks. No, we can't retain salary. That's the opposite of what we're talking about. We'd have to find out ways to move salary, and I don't think just straight across, that's not going to move the needle enough. You're going to need Hoglander plus for one of those 2 defensemen, and then a similar trade for the other defenseman. So there won't be enough interest in Desharnais and Forbort. So I think we just got to hope that our current players step up a little bit. But great question. Oh, that would be a nice second pairing. But I'm looking at a second pairing of Pettersson and Willander a few years from now to replace Soucy and Myers. So I know we're talking about this year, though. So Victor Wong, thank you for the question, and thank you for the generous donation. But we ain't done. Welcome back to Franchise Membership. Darren and Victoria doesn't wait for someone to gift him, just says, I'm going to take care of this myself. So welcome back. Let's give Darren some love in the chat, Victor and Justin some love in the chat as well. Okay, now let's try this. Let us do Canucks and hockey questions only for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll end off with some Ask Me Anything. So we are starting now. So if you typed in your message earlier, type it in again. And Doodle says Rasmus Andersson is going to cost minimum first and top. Pettersson might cost Hog in a second. Exactly. They are both 2 asset players for sure. I did not know that Marcus Pettersson was bad at zone exit passes. With there being a big difference between practice and game action, how should the Canucks ease Demko into action without risking re-injury? Well, he's got to go hard at practice, Fangirl, for a few practices in a row, so he's confident that he can play in games. And yes, great point. There is a difference in intensity and speed and movement between practice and games, of course. So that's why you can't just throw him in after a couple good practices. He needs a string of 4 or 5 good practices in a row. Yes, Pettersson and Willander, that is our second pairing down the road. In the position the Flames are right now, they ain't moving anyone and will be looking to add. I would take Big Z back if they keep 1 to 1.5 salary. That dude, are you from Calgary? That's cool. That's cool. Oh, you're cheering on BX's son. Cool. And the parents are considering flying me to Irvine because Fairmont hockey. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you. I'm glad you did that. What's more likely versus the Bruins, a DeBrusk goal or a Zadorov fight? Well, I wouldn't fight Zadorov if I was on the Canucks, so I'm going DeBrusk goal. Am I worried for the Canucks playoff chances this year? No, not right now. I'm not worried for the Canucks playoff chances right now. Uyghur, he's a little expensive, isn't he? Crazy bounce, intended center ice pass went off, wild forechecker off the nearboards and went through everyone's skates and 5-hole. What? Through skates and 5-hole? That is crazy. Would I consider pairing Myers with Brandstrom and Soucy with either day? Yes. Yes, I would move Brandstrom up to the second pairing. I absolutely would. Yep. I'd be open to that for sure. Jed asks, when is Demko back? Does he go back to being a workhorse or 1A, 1B with Langton? I think when Demko is healthy, you got to treat him as healthy as your starter and give him 2 out of every 3 games. So that is my guess. My guess is that once he's back fully, he will start 2 out of every 3, which is kind of the ratio that you want. When is that going to be? I don't know. I don't know. I know I talked about seeing footage of Bester getting on the plane. I'm sure Demko was on the plane. Actually, did anyone see pictures or video of Demko? Let me know. But I thought it might be at the end of this road trip, and if not, hopefully for the start of the homestand. But that is just hoping right now. Thank you, Jed. Member for 28 months on this channel. That is awesome. Let's give Jed some love in the chat. If Bester returns tomorrow or Saturday, or actually I practice tomorrow, and JT was still on leave, how would you line up the forwards? Great question. I would put Petey with Besser and DeBrusque, and that's your undoubtedly top line. Petey with Besser and DeBrusque. Then I go Suter with Garland and Joshua. That is my second line. I go Bluger with Heinen and Sherwood. We've done that as my third line. And then I go Ratu, Baines, and Sasson as my fourth line. Oh, I forgot Hoglander, right? Put Hoglander in instead of Sasson. That's what I would do. Good question, Irvin. Fairmont Hockey Club is hosting USA Nationals in Irvine. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. Yeah, I see that my what was I going to say? Yeah, I see that my thing was lagging a little bit. Sorry, I got to figure out what's wrong with my connection. But as long as the sound is okay, I know it's looking a little bit blurry right now, and I'm sure you want to see me in full HD. But oh, that stinks. Yeah, I don't know why it's so bad. Okay, well, as long as you can hear me, and I'll have to. You know what I think it is? I think there's too much going on my computer. Last time I looked at this, I think my hard drive, I needed to. No, there's 40 gigs free. I don't know. I have to look at one of the settings, but I won't do so right now. As long as you can hear me. If you can hear me, okay, that's the main thing. The video, so be it. But thank you for pointing it out, you guys. The story about Jonathan Toews, he's been on a healing journey in India. I did not see it, but my son Sean saw it and he was telling me about it. I will check that out. I got a lot to check out later. I got to check out what Elliot Friedman said in 32 Thoughts about Miller. I got to check out the meme that's going around. I got to check out the goal from the Oilers. I got to check out the story about Jonathan Toews. Do you think the Canucks would consider trading their young defensive prospects for more immediate defensive help? No. Although I think there's going to be a balance. You might see one move, but I hope they don't mortgage the future for sure. I know it's tough because you want to win now. You could argue that the Canucks window to win is now, but at what cost? That's always the tricky balance for sure. If you're a betting man, how many penalties was Zadorov take against us? I just say one minor. I don't think it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go with one minor. Yeah, win for the potato cam. Oh man, I don't know what's wrong. Oh, from Manitoba. From Manitoba. Oh, I can tell. Yeah, but if this road trip is off and JT actually wants to leave, where who you trade him for? You know, let's get to that dude once we get there. I don't know, and it's so easy to speculate, but it's so hard to come up with an actual realistic option. Yeah, sorry guys about the camera. We'll just have to make it work. Do you think Mogilny is Hall of Fame potential material? I do. I know there's a lot of people that would agree with me. Oh, this is brutal. Yeah, I'm looking at my StreamYard settings. Sorry, guys. Now it's bothering me. I'm looking at my StreamYard settings, and I wonder why. Once if I go to a lower resolution. No, I think that's even worse, right? I even rebooted my computer before I started tonight. Oh well, we'll just keep it going. We'll just keep it going. Will Kent Superman Johnson get over 50 points and will he score 3 points against you guys in December? No and no. Actually, I don't know what his trajectory is right now, but I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't score 3 points. I don't even know how he's doing. How well is he doing this season, RSA? I don't know when Demko and Brock are going to return. No one knows, but I'm going to guess that Brock is going to be soon. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on the road trip so early. Has JT asked for a trade? Talker should have never benched him. Patrick Wall leaving the Have vibes. You know, Timmy, I've spoken to a couple people today. I wouldn't say they're insiders. They're certainly not as connected as Doodle Hockey, but I've had 2 different conversations with 2 different people about trading JT Miller. With the Canucks start this year being underwhelming, do you think it impacts the Four Nations roster selection in a few weeks for the Canucks candidates? I think Hughes and Miller are locks. Demko is not. Obviously, it's a more health thing. I thought Besser was always going to be bubble, and I don't know anything about like. I don't think Lankinen's going to make the Finnish team. I'm trying to think of who else is there. I think PD will make the Swedish team, but just him. So we'll see. Give me 1 second, guys. I just gotta. Okay, hopefully you didn't hear me yelling there. I put it on mute. Moguni is more qualified than some of the recent inductees. NHL schedule, I would like to ask you your opinion. Why don't we get to see the Eastern teams in your opinion? We do. We see every single team once we get to see every Eastern team once during the season. And then we see our own conference a bit more. Is that the rumor JT Miller wants out? Yeah, I haven't heard from like a credible source. I've just heard from people who are semi-connected or think they are. I see Adrian said we can all read lips. What did I say, Adrian? Actually, for those of you who saw me put on mute and then yell something, if you can nail it in the chat, I will put some of your suggestions out. I think that'll be a lot of fun. What did I just yell to one of my family members about a minute ago? Miller's not asking for a trade. Is Myers overpaid? No, I don't think he's overpaid. $3 million is about right. Like you want to see him play better, but I think that contract's fair. I really do. Let's say it's DeBrus, Petey, and Besser. How long at least do you give DeBrus before subbing in Sherwood? He's played left wing. Yeah, I think DeBrus up top has more potential, makes more sense than Sherwood, and then DeBrus on the third line. But no, I think you got to give it a couple games at least, right? Unless he makes some bonehead player or it doesn't make an effort on D, but DeBrus isn't like that. Would you put the Lala line from time to time at the end of the game? Yep, absolutely. He asked for a trade, gave the Canucks 2 weeks to find him a home. He's not going at the 6-game road trip. That's the likely thing. Now, Timmy Canuck, I know he's your avatar. Tell me how you know that. You don't have to tell me your source, but who did you hear that from? What type of source? I leave Demko to recover longer. Heck, I'm okay if we return after the All-Star break or the Four Nations, just in time to be primed for playoffs, considering the rest of the team simply gets in the playoffs. Wow, that's a hot take for sure. Doodle, I do honestly. I'm not sure what that was an answer for, Doodle. 76 said he didn't ask for a trade. Talk said it was a personal matter. Yes, it is a personal matter, but you can still want out. I'm not saying that's true. Wall left because the coach showed him up. Oh yeah, that's right. He left him in that game. Talkett showed up JT. I wouldn't say it's exactly the same, Timmy. You don't look like a potato. You look like a futomaki. Well, I did eat Japanese food tonight, and I think you guys know that imu, not imo, but imu means sweet potato in Japanese. So I've always had a strong connection to potatoes. Is it true that Miller wants out? All speculation, Carol, all speculation. Just people talking. I don't know how connected they are. And I'm doing well, very well. Thank you. And the family is doing very well as well. Thank you, Carol, for asking. 5437 for Kent. What does that mean? What does that mean? I refuse to believe Miller asked for a trade. We better not trade Miller. Yeah, no, it's going to make our team a lot weaker for sure. Do you think there's still a rift between Miller and Pedersen? Because Petey did mention a year ago that there was something going on during the interview with Friedman. I wouldn't say it depends what you call a rift due to hockey. I don't think they're best buddies or anything like that, but I think you can certainly coexist. Rift would be like something that actually damages the team. I don't know. There's just always something going on with this team. I sure hope that part of Miller's mental reset, I hope it has everything to do with the expectations he puts on himself and nothing to do with relationships and friendships with other players. But we'll see. Good question. I don't think so though, or maybe I'm thinking with my heart and not my head. 75% chance we never see JT in a Canucks jersey again. Very sad. Players have asked for trades for a lot less. If you can combine this year's team and 2011 Stanley Cup, what would your lineup? Well, goaltenders, yeah, you have Luongo and Demko, or Schneider was really good too. So maybe you have all three. On D, you keep Hughes and Hronik, but then you take the other four. You take Hughes, Bieksa, Edler, Ehrhoff, and then Salo is your number 7. That's pretty good. Then up front, you take the Sedins and Burrows. You take Kessler for sure. I take Hansen and Higgins. And then I take Petey, Miller, DeBrusk, Besser. You need some checkers on there, but I guess Kessler can do that. And then a couple other guys. Yeah, no, that would be very good for sure. Yes, good point. I meant to say we see them once at home and once away. I yelled, I love doodle hockey. If Tocchet runs JT out of town, it actually happens and the team is struggling. God, I think Tocchet will be on the hot seat. Yeah, if that happened, but there's many steps that have to happen before that. Asking one of the boys how bowling went. I'll tell you guys at the end of the stream what I said. And don't worry, it wasn't anything bad. Maybe no, Third Acosta, there aren't no credible rumors that JT Miller has asked for a trade, but people are talking and speculating, which is what people do. They're exactly conspiracy theory. They don't have a source. She loves needs to go to the minors. He will once Demko's ready. I believe zilch what Timmy Canuck trade. We should stop speculating what's behind his leave of absence. Well, Skytree Alfred, we can say that leave of absence is for a mental break, but we can also say that I mean it's okay to wonder if he's also requested a trade. That I don't think that's being actually. I don't think that's being because you can wonder anything. You can wonder if any player is asked to trade. So I don't think that's being disrespectful. It'd be more disrespectful if we were speculating on why he's taking his leave, and he's taking his leave because of a mental reset. Unfortunately, JT's wife likes to talk a bit too much. I live in North Van. I'm pretty connected here. There's some serious heat behind this. I don't say this stuff lightly. You know, Timmy Canuck, I want to be totally give you the benefit of the doubt. I get the sense you're intelligent, you're thoughtful. So I'm guessing and I'm hoping that you wouldn't say this kind of stuff just to get a rise or reaction on the stream. So on one hand, you know, I'm giving you that benefit of the doubt for sure. On the other hand, that's a pretty strong statement, but yeah, it's interesting. I shouldn't say too much more because I don't want to say it lines up with what I've heard because then this is going to get out there. So I'm not saying that, but yeah, I'm saying everyone can voice their opinion, and it's on you if you are being truthful or if you're trying to, you know, get a reaction, and yeah, that's on you for sure. No, I do not know what the personal issue is. That's where I don't think it's fair to speculate for sure. 5 games, 4 goals, 3 assists. So 7-5. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to get to 50 though, but that's good. I'm happy. I like Ken Johnson as a player. JT will be back stronger than ever. I hope so. I really hope so. 2011 D-men were goated. Yeah, but I think we lost that series when Dan Hamhuis injured himself doing that hip check, that massive hip check on Lucic. Knuckleback, a brand new member. Let's give Knuckleback some love. No. Knuckleback deserves more than love. He's not a brand new member. He upgraded from franchise to Hall of Fame. That is amazing. Knuckleback, do me a favor, please, because I need to be able to contact you independently and directly, not just through my message boards. Knuckleback, if you're still in the chat, please email me on canuckclay@gmail.com. Email me canuckclay@gmail.com, and then I can start the conversation with you there. And then I especially need your email address, and I don't want you to type it in the chat, and I want a record of it. So Knuckleback, welcome. Let's give Knuckleback some love in the chat, upgrading himself to Hall of Fame, which is awesome. It's so awesome. Just in time. Remember, you probably heard the group Zoom chat is not this Sunday. It's next Sunday. I'm not sure you're from this time zone. I think you are, but please Knuckleback, email me canuckclay@gmail.com. And that is awesome. Welcome to Hall of Fame membership. I did not watch the video of Kessler singing in Vancouver. I heard it's out there though, for sure. The 2011 team would beat this version. Oh yes, absolutely. Yes, for sure. Yeah, you know, there's also speculation. Every time I say this word speculation, I'm trying to say it not in a negative way, that he's banged up, and I think that's not a surprise. And it could be wrist, back, nerve, neck, could be anything. Knuckleback, I went to 3 different browsers and the YouTube app just to figure out how to upgrade. Knuckleback, I appreciate that effort. I really do. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you on throughout the Zooms and stuff like that. Miller to Columbus for a Provorov and a second round pick. Not enough. Not enough. RNG Gaming. What's your prediction for the games tomorrow? RNG, ask it again. Do you mean the Canucks game on Saturday or for something else that's happening tomorrow? Let me know. If it's Canucks game on Saturday, I think they're going to whoop Ottawa 5-2. That's my prediction for Ottawa, unless you're asking me about something else. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit because I want to spend the last 5 minutes with Ask Me Anything. I would fire Rick before I trade Miller. Don't believe Facebook articles. Hard to imagine a good trade involving Miller. The guy is a warrior, his heart and soul of this team. I'm going to pick up his jersey. Yeah, I think he's going to be my next jersey purchase as well. Is it true DPD is bringing back the hit trade? I don't know. Sometimes they get penalized now. I'll do it after the stream. Thank you, Knuckleback. Appreciate that. Edmund, this might be... Oh, okay. Let's do this, and then we'll go to Ask Me Anything. The Ducks versus Sharks and the Jets versus Penguins. Okay, Jets will beat the Penguins 5-1, and the Ducks will beat the Sharks 3-2. How can it be Ducks versus Anaheim? That's the same team. Yeah, I think Verlander, the plan was for him to play 2 years in college and then start in Abbotsford, and maybe he gets called up pretty quick. All right, friends, we are now moving to Ask Me Anything. 5 minutes of non-Canucks, non-hockey related, non-JT Miller questions. So I'm going to put this on the bottom of the screen. So what do we got in terms of Ask Me Anything? So no Canucks, no hockey, no JT Miller. Appreciate the chat. It was respectful enough. It wasn't too crazy. And we had someone claiming to have a bit of inside knowledge, and that's fine. It's up to you if you want to believe it. But he is certainly welcome to express his opinion. The Sabres. Okay, I don't even know who's playing who now. So you have to ask me again, RNG, and I'll only allow yours. By the way, I yelled at Jacob to get Mickey. Jacob has the door closed to the family room. And Mickey was barking at the door to get in, and I couldn't, obviously, well, I could, but I didn't want to get up and leave my stream to let Mickey in. So I put it on mute and I said, Jake, can you please take Mickey? That's exactly what I said. If we're up to you, would I keep Nathan Rourke or Vernon Adams? Adams, I think he's very liked. I think he's very loyal. But in terms of potential, I take Nathan Rourke. With it being rumored that the NBA will expand by 2 teams, Seattle and Vegas, what would you name the teams, especially Vegas? The Vegas Double Downers, I don't know. And I think Seattle go back to the Sonics. Do they? Or is that history gone now? I don't know. Did I ever write to Santa as a kid? Yeah, I did. Writing looked a lot like my dad's, though. Santa's writing. Santa and my dad have very similar handwriting. Okay, Sabres versus Ducks. I go Ducks. If Ducks are at home, especially, I'm going Ducks. What's your favorite YouTube channel besides sports? Oh, interesting. So inside of sports, when I watch YouTube, I watch a lot of street basketball, like the next chapter, Off the Dribble, and Ball is Life. So I'm totally into street ball. I don't know. There's something about the culture that interests me. And then I do watch a lot of wrestling videos, surprise, surprise, and of course, hockey content. Besides sports on YouTube, I do watch a lot of music and listen to a lot of music, but concerts, more so live performances than concerts. So I'd say that's what I watch on YouTube if it's not sports. Hey, Tommy. No, I do not have my Christmas tree up yet. Putting up right now. We might go very low key with our decorations this year because we will not be here for Christmas. So we'll see. We got to talk about that. But I talked about this on my stream yesterday. There have been some years where we were out on right after Remembrance Day, the next weekend, putting up decorations, and we're not doing that this year. No, third, I do not do games nights anymore. They were okay, but they weren't my favorite. And I noticed the viewership and interest was dwindling a little bit. Cats or dogs? Choose wisely. Friendship depends on answer. Well, at the risk of potentially losing you as a friend, Jake, dog all the time. We have a Shih Tzu named Mickey. In fact, you want to see him? Give me a sec. I'm going to bring him in. Hold on. See ya. This is Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, this is everyone. Mickey is a 6-year-old Shih Tzu. Yes, and if he looks completely scared and surprised, it's because he is. Hey, Mickey. Go, Canucks, go. Mickey. Okay, here. I'll put you down, Mickey. I'll let you say hi to everyone really close. All right. There we go, Mickey. I'll leave the door open while you're off the stream. Go. So there's a live and in-person answer. I am a dog guy. That is Mickey. He is our 6-year-old Shih Tzu, probably the laziest dog in Canada. Honey dip or Timbits? Well, honey dip Timbit but I'll go honey dip for sure. What activity do you like to do on your birthday? Celebrating mine? Oh, Darren. It's Darren's birthday today, and Darren bought himself a membership as a birthday gift. Well, let's give Darren the go horn. Happy birthday, Darren. I think it was Victor's birthday yesterday. We had some other birthdays earlier in the week, but happy birthday, Darren. Thank you for your friendship and your loyalty on this channel. Tell me what you did on your birthday. For me, I like to go to mass in the morning and thank God for another year. Definitely like to eat out. That's every day, but especially on my birthday. And really, as long as I'm with family. This year for my 50th, I had about 100 people come through my house, like an open house type thing. But I love being with people, family first, of course, but I love being with friends. Of my 40th, I threw myself a roast. That's on YouTube. If you look up Clay Emo Road to 40 roast, it's pretty funny actually. And, but yeah, I like to be with people. I like to eat and I like to go to church. Thank you. And happy birthday to you, Darren. How long do you last in Squid Games? 30 minutes max. 30 minutes if I'm lucky. And that's if I hide like behind a big chair or something. I haven't watched Squid Games, but I understand the concept. I would not be good. Especially if it's one of those where you walk and then you have to stand still when that big robot turns around or whatever, that doll. I think I get picked off right away. Game day routine for bowling. Love this question, EJ. By the way, I know I'm going to go past 12 tonight, so just be ready for it because I like to answer all your questions and answer them properly. I will work until 5, maybe grab dinner on the way home if there's no food at home. And if it's a Canucks game night, it could be a Big Mac meal, admittedly. Come home, eat. I want to be done eating by 6:30. Put on what I'm going to wear, change into my shorts. I can't bowl in pants for some reason. Got to expose my muscular legs. Don't do a lot of stretching here, but really from 6:30 to 6:40 is load up my 2 balls of that came up so wrong. 2 bowling ball bags, 2 bags of balls, not 2 balls. I'm going to load up my 2 bags of balls. Oh gosh, don't clip that one. And then, and then 6:45, I leave the 6:40, 6:45, I leave my house and I'm at the bowling alley by 6:55, and warm up starts at 7. In those 5 minutes, I put on my bowling shoes, take my bowling balls out of the bag, and then I stretch. And I really make sure that I stretch my my Achilles. So, and yeah, that's so between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, it's really, I think about bowling a little bit, but really it's that 2 hours of preparation. Oh, great. Now a bunch of people are writing comments and they're getting automatically deleted just because of the filters I have on. I like Ray. I'm still not convinced. Landon is an acquired taste. If you were to live anywhere outside of Greater Vancouver, where would it be? I know Gail would probably pick Philippines just because of the help she has there. Although for me, going there is enough. Outside of Greater Vancouver area, I'd be open to LA, Phoenix, somewhere like that. Somewhere that's warm. Yeah. And somewhere where I can still do my work with my master and my church work. We are going on a cruise out of LA. So we fly down to LA and we're going to cruise through Mexico, back to LA, and then back home. So we're gone for a week. Do I play video games? No, I don't. Once in a while I'll play some stuff on the Switch with the family. I've done Wii, I've done PS4, but that's why whenever someone brings up NHL 25 or NHL 24 or any EA NHL, I stink. I'm so bad. I've actually played it a couple times on my streams and people just kind of laugh at me. So I'm not a big gamer guy at all. Only because this was from like half an hour ago. Victor, Dank, Hank and Burr, Miller, Kessler, Besser, the All-American line, Joshua, Malhotra, Garland, Rippin, Higgins, Sherwood, my D squad, yep, and Lou, Dem, and Lank. No, you got to put Schneider over Lankinen, I think, Victor. Just my opinion. And interesting, no Pedersen on this team. Interesting. But I know you're going for roles as opposed to just all skill players. Do you and Gail feel financially secure for your retirement? Oh, that's an interesting question, Rome. Not yet, but we're getting there. I think we're on track to be secure for sure. We both have not very good. We both have decent pensions. We do have investments. Sean does well already as a 23-year-old. So it's not like we can retire right now. We probably could retire right now, and I could probably find enough gigs, speaking, YouTube, and other stuff to make to at least live okay with our pension. But I think a better way of looking at it is we are set up to be financially secure when we retire, because we're only 50 right now. I do go to Christmas work parties. Yes. Rev Trev, everyone hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you, Trev. Do the same for Kempner Canucks. He is equally incredible, very passionate. And Trev, I have your stream on when I was setting up for mine. So I was watching it on replay though. Keep up the good work. Thanks for being here. Irvin, I'd never like to say I'm busy, because I think people who say they're busy, most of the time they're just poor time managers, but I do have a lot on the go. I'm always doing something and I like that. So no, I don't have time for Netflix. I do waste a little time on YouTube at the end of the night, but I rarely sit down and watch TV, rarely, but that's something I want to start doing now that I'm finished studying. I got to catch up on Criminal Minds and Blacklist. Mickey, hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Yeah, he is pretty funny. He was stunned by the lights and the camera for sure. For sure. Mickey is awesome. Deer in headlights like EP in the playoffs. Okay, that was pretty funny. Mickey is cute. Yeah, he's a good dog for sure. What have you planned if you and Gail pass away? Shannon, I don't want to talk about this one on the stream. I want to give you a thoughtful answer, but respectfully not answering this one. Yeah, so that's just a question I don't think I'll answer publicly, but I want you to know. I just didn't want to skip over it, so you think I was ignoring it either. Hey T, it's your first time at a live stream. Welcome. Hope you come more often. Ribs or wings? I'm a wings guy. Everyone greeting Darren for his birthday, which is awesome. Yeah, you can come to the next open house in 10 years, RSA. What was I thinking though? I thought I saw something. Or you know what? It wasn't Squid Games. I think it was the YouTube Squid Games where they all had to run and then this doll turned around. They had to freeze. But I know I saw something. I know I saw something. Eat to live or live to eat? Eat to live. I like eating out, but I'm not like a foodie. I probably don't appreciate good food as much as the next people. I just eat it a lot. Okay, then here come all the comments about the 2 balls when I was talking about bowling. So I'm going to skip all these. I did well. It's my second best night of the year, Tyler. Thank you. I like being with friends and family too. Eat out at restaurants. Beef Wellington and Missing Chops in Richmond. I've never had that before. Thank you, Darren. Is Clay Emo a big name? Only in his own mind. I'm not even the most popular, well-known person in my household. I think Jake and Sean, because of their YouTube following, have a bit more. It's funny. I get recognized at Canucks games a lot, and I love it, because I love meeting fellow fans. But that's in Vancouver. Jacob gets recognized at bowling alleys across the world because of his YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. LA Cruise is great. That is awesome. What do you think about the general manager? Yeah, I don't know much about the general manager of the BC Lions. All I know is that they had to make some changes. CCC episodes on the cruise depend on what the Wi-Fi situation is like. Will I do YouTube until like 2090? Well, I'll be 116 years old. I'm not sure if I'll even know how to turn on a computer by the time I'm 116, but I still enjoy it. I don't want to outlast my welcome though. So if I ever feel like I'm not relevant, if I ever feel like I'm slowing down, if I ever feel like the community is dying and doesn't want anything to do with me, which I hope doesn't happen, then I would seriously reconsider. But for now, things are good. Not till end of December. Last movie I watched on a streaming platform. I'm in the middle of a show called In and of Itself. It's like a half documentary. It's a show about a magician. It's in New York. So that's what I'm watching right now. And then I recently watched a couple. What's that one? Oh shucks. Oh, they go to an island run by this mogul, and all these weird things happen. Don't sleep. Oh, what's that movie? Movie. Go to island, rich man. Blink Twice. Yeah. Wow. I put that in Google and I found it. Blink Twice is probably the last one that I've watched. Favorite recording artists? Non-Christian. I like Boys to Men, New Edition. Yeah, I like Bruno Mars. I like Justin Timberlake. Nah, actually, Bruno Mars and Justin Timberlake, those are guys I want to see live in concert. I've seen Timberlake. I miss Bruno. But when it comes to actual recording artists, I like a New Edition and Boys to Men. Clay, meet up soon. Wait, are you in town now, RSA? That's 1 game out of like 6. Are we still talking about Squid Games? Okay, I will watch it just for you, Doodle. Yeah, Jacob and Sean have a YouTube channel called JR Pro Shop. If you like bowling, look up JR Pro Shop, and Sean and Jake are the video producers for that channel. Favorite Bruce Lee movie? I don't know any of the names, but I'm sure one of them must be like Enter the Dragon or something. So I'm going to go with that one. There we go. Enter the Dragon. You're welcome, Darren, for the Van Base gift card. RSA asked Doodle, will Squid Game teach him how to use a mic? Low blow Rin. What do you guys talk about? All right, Shannon, take care. Shannon, this community loves you. We appreciate you. If you're still on the stream, please reach out to someone if you are legitimate, genuine about what you just typed. If you're speaking in a moment of frustration, it's just a stream. Everyone's got their opinions. I think we all have to learn to, just as mature adults, do our best to realize that this is just a stream. This is just for fun, and people are allowed to express their opinions. People are allowed to ask questions, and then I'm allowed to answer them as I see fit as well. So if you're still here, hopefully you're okay. And if not, I will check in with you as soon as the stream is done. I don't know who Shane Gillis is, so no. I like Michael Winslow from the Pacific Academy movies. I don't think I'm ever going to live up. No, it's not live up. You're never going to be able to live down the microphone situation. I don't buy new bowling balls. I'll get one new one a year, maybe, but usually a hand-me-down from the boys. I don't know anything about the new head coach either. Or no, they haven't hired a new head coach, right? They fired Campbell and they moved some stuff around. So don't have much to say yet, other than a change needed to be made. Oh, see, Doodle Hockey, I'm not that smart. That was the joke. I said it backwards on purpose. You know, you are low-key hilarious. It's this guy that does not have the mature sense of humor like you. Just going to close down the poll question now. I said, how many points do you guys think the Canucks will get? 55% of you, so more than half, saying 7 to 9. So that means 3.5 wins to 4.5 wins. That makes sense. I would love them. Yeah, my 4 wins out of 6, 8 points falls right into that. So I would agree with most of you. And then lastly, what's your choice of arsenal when bowling? Actually, let me do this just to end off the stream, just for something different, because I've already talked about my 2 balls. I actually have 5 bowling balls, and I'll show you. So for some of you, this is going to be really boring. And for others of you, this might be interesting. So I start with this one. It's called the Proton Physics. And I don't know enough about these bowling balls to tell you all the subtle differences between them. But generally, different bowling balls, depending on how they're weighed, how they're made, what they're made out of, what's inside of them, they roll differently, they react differently. So these are all 15 pounds. So bowling balls range from 6 to 16 pounds. I throw a 15-pound ball because the 16, I don't need to do the 16, but these are all 15 pounds. So my benchmark is called the Proton Physics. It's a benchmark ball because I usually start off with this one. And then depending on how well this ball does, I then change my bowling balls accordingly. After I move from the Proton Physics, I go to this ball called Columbia 300 Explosion. And this is usually the second ball that I use once I find that first ball is not having a lot of pin action and it's starting to leave splits, or it's just not reacting the way I want. I move to this ball, and I usually bowl, 1 or 2 games with that ball. I'll do 1 game with this ball. And then the ball I'm most comfortable with is called the Eternity. It's a shiny one. And this one I find has a lot of hook back end at the end of my ball, at the end of my roll. Then I have a 4th ball. It's a bit weaker than the first one I showed you, called the Proton Physics. This is the, where does it say? It's the Infinity Physics. This is a weaker version of that first pink purple ball that I said was my benchmark bar. So I rarely use this one. And then finally, I have a hammer, this Black Widow. This is my spare ball. So I don't curve this one. I throw this one straight at the pins that I've left after my first shot. So for maybe 3 of you, that was exciting. For the rest of you, I apologize. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love bowling every Tuesday night. And we're just looking at your last comments here. Bowling can be expensive for sure. Alfred digging out some edge to compete. He's probably better than me. Yes, I have 5 balls. I think Jacob has 12 or 15 at least. Proton Physics. Yeah, Proton, not Proton. Proton. I'd be the type to have a nice bowling ball, but still only get gutter. That happens to me too. Clay the Cranker. Yeah, Jed, I'd love to bowl with you one day. You would smoke me. Whose house? Swerve's house. Bowling is hard. 16 balls. Yeah, 16-pound ball is too heavy. For sure. Oh, you're passing Winnipeg. Have a safe trip. Where are you going? ball explosion. You have all the lingo down. No, Jed, I just faked it for the last 5 minutes. I had no clue what I was just talking about. I was very nervous for sure. Okay, guys. You have bowling balls like I have hockey sticks. I don't bowl, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'm not better than you, Clay. No, Jed is better than me for sure, for sure. Last thing, you guys, before I go, is I want to put it, I'll put it in the chat right now so you can click on it. So as soon as I am done this stream, you can go look up a bunch of videos. So Jacob edits all of the videos on this channel, the JR Pro Shop channel. They have 49,000 subscribers. So they're 49,500. So they're only 500 away. So you can check this out, JR Pro Shop channel, as soon as we are done. And then you'll see that Jacob is in a lot of the videos, especially obviously anything that is two-handed. You know what I'll do? Maybe my last week before Christmas, I wonder if I should stream. Maybe that's what I'll do. On a non-Canucks night, I will get my teammates' permission and I'll live stream my bowling. And then I'll come and answer chat in between shots. Okay, lastly, is my bowling arm significantly bigger than my non-bowling arm? Is my bowling arm, see, no muscle, very no muscle, but then my non-bowling arm is even weaker. See, this has even less muscle. I think my arms look big when I do this, but they look so weak. They look so small when I do that because I don't have any muscles. Are we allowed to share live for you? You could, but you'd be the only one for sure. Yeah, if you want to come over and watch. So maybe I'll do, okay, last question. I told you I was going to go way past 12. If be honest, and you can say no, and I'm not get offended. Look at what's happening in the chat today. There's nothing can faze me. If I was to live stream maybe just 1 or 2 bowling matches, not all 4 because it's 2 hours. If I was to live stream on a Tuesday night, a non-Canucks night, 1 or 2 of my bowling league matches, would you actually watch it? Be honest. Would you actually watch it? Because if I get a lot of no, then I won't do it. Like, it doesn't make sense. But if there's and I obviously 200 people are not representative. Sorry, you're not the whole 11,000 subscribers, but you are representative of the base. Alfred says yes. Coach Rob says yes. Fangirl says yes. Adrian said if there was a commentator, Sean's injured right now. He's rehabbing his bicep. Maybe I'll get him to commentate. Tyler, yes. Timmy says no thanks. Nation says yes. Irvin says no. Pastor Dan says maybe. Alfred says I'm going to get my first 300. RSA wants offered to commentate. Knuckleback says not the full stream. Irvin says like chatting with me. Darren said yes. Victor says in person. EJ, yes. Jed, you'd recognize a lot of the guys. Okay, so overwhelmingly yes, a couple honest no's, and I'm a big man. I can handle it. And Adam, you can read Adam's comment. I won't necessarily highlight it. Okay, friends, we are done. That was a very eventful stream. I hope everyone's okay. I got to check in with someone now, but I'm happy to do so. Knuckleback, make sure you email me your email address, canuckclay@gmail.com. And anyone else, if you're interested in Canucks tickets or want to say hi, you can always email me at canuckclay@gmail.com. Okay, friends, moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And everyone else for watching, liking, and subscribing. To my sponsors, Advanced City Experts Real Estate and Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach, thank you very much. To everyone who went above and beyond with your generosity. It's a long list because you guys were great. Matthew, Ottawa Rips, used his monthly membership message. Time Capital with the donation. Justin, credible with the donation. Shannon gifted a membership. Skytrain, Alfred gifted a membership. Coach Rob gifted a membership. Victor Wong, birthday boy, used his monthly membership message. Justin, credible, another donation. Victor Wong with a big donation. Darren became a franchise member. Jed used his monthly membership message. Knuckleback upgraded to Hall of Fame. RNG with a donation as well. Thanks to all of you for your generosity and welcome to all new members. Finally, don't forget, I no streams on Friday and Saturday. I will do my members ask me anything over the weekend, and Hall of Fame members and legends, including you, new Hall of Fame member Knuckleback. The next group Zoom chat will be on December 1st, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, December the 1st. I will give you guys plenty of notice. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. That was a fun stream tonight. We covered a lot of things in tonight's stream. As always, rate the bad joke on the way out of 10. And you can also subscribe, like the video, or leave a late donation as you go. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. There were two hats hanging out on a hat rack. And one of them said to the other, "You stay here. I'll go on ahead." I'll go on ahead. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.